When I was 15 years old, I was playing in a grand final. It was the last game of the season. I was about 10 metres out from the try line. I grabbed the ball and had visions of scoring the winning try. Coming towards me were the two biggest guys on the field, and I decided to run full speed ahead. At the last second, I ducked my head and crashed into them. It was like running into a brick wall. I fell to the ground and my body just felt really, really weird. There was a lot of confusion. I couldn't move. Laying there, I was going, well, that was a pretty big hit. I'll be fine, I'll recover. I was to find out that that wasn't going to be the case. When you're in hospital like that, there's always steps to take to improve. It was about getting out of bed, and then it was getting down to physio, and then it was all these gradual steps before I went home. As I slowly improved, my outlook on life improved as well, because I was so goal orientated at that time. It was like, okay, I've got to get here, and to get there I've got to do this, this and this. And as I improved and improved and improved, that kind of kept my spirits really high. Wheelchair rugby came along, quite fast after I was injured. So for me, the transition was really nice actually. Couldn't play rugby league, but wow, I could put a lot of energy into becoming the best wheelchair rugby player that I could. I was excited about my future from then on. I wanted to be a wheelchair rugby player. Without sport, I wouldn't have got to meet people in the same situation as me that were doing so much better than me that I learnt from. I think wheelchair rugby really helps people to look forward and appreciate what they've got. My career's been pretty successful. 2 bronze medals from the Paralympics, 1 gold from the Paralympics, and also 1 gold from the World Championships. So once I stopped playing and competing, because that was a huge demand of my time, I devoted my life to helping other people and just doing what I'm really good at, and that's coaching people.
We've got a record coming, 23, 24, 25, 26. Still going, still going.
Being in a wheelchair and being a personal trainer, I don't fit the mould of the usual personal trainers. One way that I really like coaching people in is functional movement, just because it's the healthiest way. I think moving your body in a 3-dimensional way is just so good for your overall health. I've run the full gambit. I just turned 40 the other day, and I've got a 10-month-old son that's really shining a new light on life for me. If it's one thing that's going to change your outlook on life, it's having a baby. And you can read all the books that you want and get as much advice, but nothing really prepares you for what it's like. The sleepless nights and the early mornings and the pooey nappies and that kind of thing can be a bit of a challenge, but I'm really lucky I've got an amazing wife and we work really well as a team. I have some limitations and she picks up the slack. Being a dad in a wheelchair, there's a few compromises that you need to make. I can't just pick him up and fling him around and do all these really fun things that you see other dads doing. Just like with my personal training, my fathering and parenting style is different from anybody's, so you just got to embrace that.